Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Neil, and today what I want to talk about and show you guys are a couple different options when it comes to YouTube setups, specifically for YouTube ads, right? And I want to show you guys a few products that I personally use that have helped me take my ads to the next level. One thing I want to mention even before we start, so this is not going to be a professional YouTube setup, whatever type of thing, right? Obviously there's a ton more different channels that focus specifically on photography and filmmaking. If you guys want like a more in-depth YouTube studio tour or YouTube setup, I'm sure there's a lot more channels like Peter McKinnon or Daniel Sheffers that could suit you guys a little bit better. But this one is specifically for people, business owners, coaches, consultants, even e-com product owners that just want to get a couple things and make their ads stand out a lot more. So the way this video is going to work is I'm going to go from the super cheap option all the way up to a medium rig. Obviously, if you want like the high-end setups, go check out some other channels, but this is going to be about affordability. Now, you guys may have seen a couple ads, even from us, where we recommend that you can actually film YouTube ads with just an iPhone, right? It can just be any phone that shoots 1080p or 4K. Device number one is going to be your phone. Most of you guys already have this, so you guys can already start using these to make YouTube ads, right? Now, you're going to want to do a couple things. You're going to make sure that you're always recording in good lighting, right? Whether that's by a window or something. However, one of the things that I do want to warn you guys about with the iPhone is the audio kind of sucks, right? And with YouTube ads, audio does matter, right? You're interrupting people, especially with skippable in-stream ads, right? So what I do recommend is going on Amazon and picking up one of these. This is just a cheap little mic that attaches to your phone or camera. You can pick this up for about 50 bucks on Amazon and you can connect it to your phone. So this one has an audio jack, so I needed to pick up a dongle, which was another $10 off of Amazon, and I can simply just connect it to my iPhone, right? With this microphone, I have a pretty good setup. I can sit in front of a video, hold my hand steady, and I get a great video and audio quality, right? And all of this cost, you know, the phone I already had, this is about 60 bucks. So it's super affordable, but I highly recommend this. That is the bare minimum when I recommend getting started with your ads. You want a good phone and a microphone. If you want to take another step forward, I recommend buying one of these. This is a cheap little phone mount that you can attach to any, I guess, screw thing. And this will help you hold your hand steady, your phone steady, when you're recording. You can put it on a tabletop. I know it's very hard to balance phones, right? So if you want steady footage, definitely get up one of these. I think this one cost me $10. Again, Amazon. Now, the next item on this list of super cheap options, obviously to go with the phone mount that we just talked about, is going to be a tripod. And this is just going to help you, keep your phone steady. As you can see, this phone mount just attaches to your tripod. Now I have a tabletop thing that just sits there and I can put my phone on it, right? I can attach my phone. I think this one cost me $30. Again, super cheap, but now I have a tripod that I can plant on the table and my phone's not going to shake when I'm recording. And that's it, guys. That's the super cheap option when it comes to recording on your phone with a microphone, right? The next piece of item that I recommend is definitely going to be something to do with lighting, right? The lighting is probably one of the most important things when it comes to filming yourself and filming videos, right? So what do I recommend? Well, just to get started, you can buy something like this. Again, this was on Amazon. It cost me $20. This is just a tiny little light. That's battery operated, right? I'll turn it on and boom, now I have tons of light whenever I'm filming with my phone. The cool thing is I can even attach this to my tripod because it has a little screw hook. And the second cool thing is I can actually attach the microphone that we just talked about onto this, right? So now we have a whole rig with a light and a microphone when it comes to filming yourself. Now, this is great if you're gonna be doing a lot of walking shots, when you have the phone in your hand. This is gonna be awesome for that, especially when you rig it up to that phone mount that I was just talking about. But if you know that you're gonna be doing a lot of sit-down talking, what I recommend is one of those Amazon ring lights that you guys can pick up And again, they're pretty simple. You just attach your phone with the mount to them, and that's basically it. And then the next thing, when you go from a mini tripod, maybe you want to experiment with a ring light and a bigger tripod. What I recommend is grabbing one of these. This is a more professional tripod, right? But it's pretty lightweight. You can move it anywhere. Again, I have the phone mount attached to it. This cost me, I think, $50. So it's pretty affordable, but now I have lighting as well as a phone mount all in the same place. Okay, so the next section of tech that I want to talk about is going to be related to your computer, right? So you can actually link your cell phone in a lot of cases to your computer, record on your computer. This is great if you're making a ton of ads, maybe some screen share ads. And the next couple of items really revolve around that. The first thing I recommend is going out there and picking up a computer-specific USB microphone, right? This could be a podcast microphone. What I'm actually using to record this right now is a Blue Yeti microphone. I'll show you guys. So this little thing, I think it cost me $80. I picked it up at Best Buy. Super simple, but it makes the audio sound crisp, right? And I can attach it to my computer directly. And then what you can also do is download a couple apps. I think there's a few for Android and iPhone that allow you to connect your iPhone camera and use it as a webcam, right? This is pretty cool. So if you hook it up onto your tripods and use this microphone, you can actually use your iPhone as a webcam and record on your computer, right? So a couple of these apps, one's called Epoch Cam. I think it's $10 on the App Store. There's a free version called iRune Cam. I think that's available for both Android and iPhone users. So you can definitely download that, and combined with this podcast mic, now you have a stable computer setup. Now, the next piece of tech that I want to talk about actually gets into a little bit of a luxury zone, right? And this is going to be if you still want to record on your camera, but you like moving around. You want to use different settings when you're making your ads. Maybe you want to be outside, you want to be walking around. What I recommend is picking up a gimbal, right? These things cost like $150. Obviously, I think there's a new version of the DJI Osmo. But this cost me $150. But what this allows me to do is put my phone on this gimbal, right? And I can use this while I'm walking around filming myself, right? And you can have selfie style ads that look really good and super professional with this little thing. So let's get into the medium expensive zone, like we talked about. Now this is if you actually don't want to use your phone to record. You think you want to have quality that's a little bit better. Well, I actually recommend picking up a cheap little budget DSLR that you get for $500 to $800. Something that a lot of YouTubers use, and using the heck out of it, right? Two options for this. The first one I recommend is the Canon M50. This is the thing that I'm using, and it's pretty cool because Canon allows you to connect your camera as a webcam. That's what I'm doing right now. The second one I recommend, it's a little bit pricier. It's the Sony ZV-1. These two cameras, both around the $500 to $800 range, have a great picture. I honestly don't think the type of camera really matters that much. I think anything in this area should suffice for some good footage, and anything beyond this, unless your niche with YouTube ads specifically demands high quality, I think this is going to be more than enough for you. You may have seen a lot of people using podcast arms and podcast booms, right, with podcast microphones. You can go ahead and pick those up if you're serious about filming on your desk. Those are great for stationary shots. Those things, I think you can get a bundle for $250 on Amazon. That's the Blue Yeti one, and that's going to be a great addition if you don't already have a podcast microphone, right, and you can put that in. So the last thing on this list that I want to talk about is probably going to have a huge impact on your videos and your studio when it comes to your YouTube ads, and it has to do with lighting. What I recommend is going on Amazon and picking up a pack of 3 of these RGB lights. They come with a stand and they work with an app, and let me show you what they can do. These are actually a little bit of a luxury. You absolutely don't have to get them if all you're doing is just ads. But if you want to take your ads to the next level, maybe you're releasing content, well, those 3 lights, they're pretty awesome. And here's what you can do with them, right? You can turn boring backgrounds and you can change your background pretty great. And then you can also, with the control of an app actually, what you can also do is change your lighting, right? So this is great. As you guys can see, I'm messing around with the lighting and you guys can see what impact that is. So this is pretty cool because it allows you to get a whole bunch of different backgrounds in your videos and change up your lightings just so your ads don't look static, right? This is a very cheap way to, you know, spice up your home studio and get different types of lighting. So I recommend this. I think the 3-pack costs around $350 again on Amazon, so be sure to grab that. And with that, I think, guys, you have the basics covered. If you have a decent camera, decent lighting, and decent audio, there really isn't much more else that you need. There's a couple items that I obviously included that were luxuries that are great, but with this setup, you should be able to produce some really crispy ads for your business. So also let me know what you guys thought about this type of video. Obviously it's a little bit different than any other kind of video that we've put out so far, but I thought people that are looking to run YouTube ads would get a lot of value from it. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Maybe let me know in the comments what I can improve on, or if there's tech that you guys use that you think business owners and entrepreneurs and people wanting to run YouTube ads should invest into.